Your focus question for today how do I classify triangles by angle and side measure? How do I classify triangles by angle and side measure? Alright, we'll start off with triangles by angles. Triangles by angles. Classifying triangles by their angle measures. And let's review the word acute. The word acute means, yes, less than 90 degrees. Good. And the word obtuse means greater than 90 degrees. And right, a right angle, that equals 90 degrees. Okay? So the first type of triangle classified by angle measures is an acute triangle. An acute triangle. An acute triangle has three acute angles. Alright, then you got an equiangular. EQUI, angular. Equiangular triangle. That has three congruent angles. And an obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle. And the last type of triangle by angle measure is a right triangle. And that's got one right angle. Alright, on the next page, on 238, triangles by sides. Triangles by sides. You got an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle has three congruent sides. Second type is an isosceles. Isosceles triangle. That has two congruent sides. And a scalene triangle. And that's no congruent sides. They're just three separate lengths. Yes, ma'am. Equilateral always be equal angular? Yes. Coming up in a couple of sessions, you're going to learn or a couple of sections, you're going to learn a theorem that says sides opposite congruent angles are congruent. You're also going to learn that angles opposite congruent sides are congruent. So if you had a triangle, if this triangle has all congruent sides, then it has to have all congruent angles. The sides opposite congruent angles are congruent to each other. And the angles opposite congruent sides are congruent to each other. So to answer your question, yes. Alright, so the first part of your assignment today is just going to be classifying triangles by angles and then classifying triangles by side lengths. And then you're going to have a couple of problems where you have to actually find the side lengths, setting up some equations. So draw a triangle that looks something like this, please. And then label it ABC. And we're going to call this side 4x plus 1, 5x minus 0.5, and 3x minus 1. And you're going to be asked to find the length of each side. Find the length of each side if AB is congruent to BC. So you're going to have to find the distance from A to B, the distance from B to C, and then from A to C. Alright, so if A to B is congruent to B to C, how could you set up an equation? Pierce?
4x plus 1 equals 5x minus 0.5.
Very good. 4x plus 1 equals 5x minus 0.5. Very good. Because if you solve for x, you can just plug it in and find the side lengths, can't you? Alright, so what do you want to do first here? Subtract what? 1. Alright, subtract 1 from each side. So 4x equals 5x minus 1.5. And then good, subtract 5x from each side. So negative x equals negative 1.5. Can't have a negative sign in front of your x, can you? So you can just divide each side by negative 1. And x is going to equal 1.5. So if you need to find the distance from A to B, you insert the 1.5 for the x. So what's 4 times 1.5 plus 1? Calculators out.
7.
Thank you. 7. And if AB is equal to 7, what's BC equal to? 7. So AC equals 3 times 1.5 minus 1.
3.5?
Did you do it in your calculator? Why not? Calculator's sitting right on your desk. It should be. Actually, it should be in your hand. 3 times 1.5 minus 1. Say again. 3.5. 3 times 1.5 equals that minus 1 equals 3.5. Very good. So there's your 3 side lengths. Okay, and there's your equation to solve for x. All right, so you got 3 or 4 problems like that today. Any questions? Now, your assignment for today is to first answer the focus question. Answer the focus question. Using at least 3 terms that we defined today. Okay? Answer the focus question first. This is going to start being your practice each day for the writing portion of your quiz. Okay? Is that when we're done with the notes, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to answer the focus question using information from the notes. And then you're going to do your workbook page 43. Workbook page 43, 1 through 14. And you're going to check headline for homework. Okay? Okay.